Breakfast Club, bitches.
Now, I've been called a lot in my 23 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Monday, July 31st goes to Leonard McKelvey, a.k.a. Charlamagne the God. Why am I giving myself Donkey of the Day today? Because I was wrong in my prediction for the Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight. Now, I know you're wondering, why would you give yourself Donkey of the Day for making a wrong sports prediction? It happens. Well, it's because I looked that man, Terence Crawford, in his eyes and told him he was going to lose several times. I've been saying for years that Errol Spence was going to beat Bud, and Terence himself did not forget that when he was here. When was that, last month?
Yes.
Let's listen. You got to make some adjustments, though. This is Errol Spence we talking about. This ain't no just.
This the guy that you had picked over me.
I did.
He picked him over.
I remember.
I
Remember.
I remember. Yeah. I don't forget.
I got Earl.
Yeah.
I do got Earl.
Yeah.
Not because you're not great. I just think, styles make fights. I think Earl
Definitely.
got it.
Definitely.
You feel pressure going into this fight?
Not at all. Not at all. This is my moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is my time. This is what I've been waiting for. And the world gonna see July 29th.
You feel like you don't get the respect that you deserve when it comes to a lot of these fights. Like even with Charlamagne saying he thinks Errol's gonna beat you. Like, do you feel like you're the underdog in a lot of this?
It's just boxing. It's just boxing at the end of the day.
Don't back down now.
I'm not. I got Earl.
You gonna lose. You definitely gonna lose.
Look, man, unlike so many other people in this media space, I say things to people, not about them. Okay, whatever I say about you, I have to keep that same energy when you're in front of me. That's why so many media personalities I don't respect, because they say things about people, and then when that person calls them or they face to face with that person, their energy changes. Nah, keep that same energy. And that's what I did with Terence Crawford. But also, if I'm going to do that, when I'm wrong, I'm going to let everybody know I was wrong, because after the performance Terence Crawford put on Saturday night, he deserves that. Okay, I saw what Bud said to the reporters after the fight. Let's listen.
Do you feel like now when you look back, do you feel some sense of vindication that people who overlooked you for so long now, you're at the top of the heap and there's no doubt?
Well, I've been telling each and every one of y'all for years. A lot of y'all over here looking sad. Ellie, you looking like a ass dude over there because you was going against me. All in all, I get to say I told y'all, because I've been asking for these fights for years. And y'all been saying, oh, he's too small. He's going to get this. He's going to get broken. And each and every time that I step up, I proved y'all wrong. So, write some great stories about Terence Crawford. Don't hate on him. Don't say nothing negative. Just give me my props.
Terence Crawford is absolutely correct. Terence Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. There is nothing else to say. That man made Errol Spence an undisputed, undefeated three-division champion who had never, ever been knocked down. He made that man look basic. And that's what I hate about casual fans who don't watch boxing. There's folks out there who now think Errol Spence is trash, and that's not the case. He's an elite-level fighter, but clearly there's levels to elite, and Terence Crawford is at the top, okay? That man did everything to Errol Spence that I didn't think he could do. He overpowered him, he hurt him, and he was able to withstand Earl's power, okay? Bud literally said he took one of Earl's punches early and thought to himself, that's it? And what's so cold about Terence Crawford is even when he was here and I was telling him he was going to lose to Earl, not once did he feel the need to overly prove with words what he was going to do. Let's go back and listen to some more. You can't, he's big, he's naturally bigger than you, he's strong.
He's the big guy. He's the big bad wolf. I didn't heard it all. He's strong. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. So, can he get hurt?
Yeah, he's a man. He's a human.
Okay.
Man.
So, what's going to stop him from banging with me?
I'm not a coach or in your corner, but I wouldn't suggest you bang with him.
Why?
I think it's
Trying to say he's not as powerful? What are you trying to say?
Right, what you trying to say?
What are you trying to say, Sean? You trying to say he's not as powerful?
I think he's as strong as Earl.
What?
How you know?
Say it clearly. I ain't hear you.
But
Say it with your chest.
let's be clear. Terence Crawford is amazing.
We know
at
that.
what he does.
What you saying?
What I'm saying is, why do you view that, and how do you know?
I don't know.
What makes you think that?
Probably the size. I think the
size.
size. Yeah, I think the size. I don't know if you can hurt him. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've seen you hurt people before. I don't know if you can hurt somebody his size.
Did he get hurt his last fight?
Yes.
Okay, case closed.
Yeah, but you got to get to him though.
So you saying this man can't get to him?
Is
that what you saying?
I'm just saying you got to get to him. You got to get in there to do it. My man Red is a great boxing guy. He says you win no problem. My barber says you win no problem. These are the debates I've been having since the fight's been announced.
But Charlamagne don't feel that way.
What so what?
Listen, that's his opinion.
Yeah.
You know, when people have an opinion, it's like an asshole. Everybody got one.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
That is true. Sometimes it's tough to admit when you're wrong, especially when you're right about a lot of stuff like I am.
What?
I was right about UFOs. I was right about being mistaken for Mars Chestnut. I was
goddamn lying.
Right about Envy being of Spanish-American descent. It's just a gift that I have, but there's a lesson to be learned in this, okay? If you know what you can do, there's no need to have a bunch of words and lip service. Just show and prove through actions and deeds, and Bud showed us on Saturday through actions and deeds. That fight was hard to watch, man. It was hard to watch, okay? It was hard to watch Errol Spence get beat like that. That fight had me stressed. I'm not a gambling man, so I didn't have no money on the fight. I love both fighters, so there wasn't a personal attachment to either one, but I did feel like Bud was in there kicking my ass. I felt Bud was in there taking out years of being doubted by critics. He was taking it out on Earl. It felt like Bud took it very personal that people said, this is the guy y'all said could beat me. And every time Earl got knocked down, I felt knocked down too. I was so emotionally drained from the fight on Saturday night that I didn't even go see Beyonce on Sunday.
What?
I was tired. Okay, I had already worked myself up to think we was going to get a much more competitive fight than we got. So emotionally, that was a letdown. Even if you had Earl, even if you had Bud, nobody could predict that level of domination. Even if you predicted Bud to knock Spence out, or if you thought Spence was going to knock Bud out, you didn't think either one of them was going to dominate the fight the way Bud did, okay? So drop one of Clues bombs for Terence Crawford, all right? And I don't need a rematch. I understand Errol Spence is going to exercise his rematch clause and they may fight at 154. Anything can happen in a fight, but we all know styles make fights, and I don't know what Errol Spence could do style-wise to have any answers for what Terence Crawford did Sunday night. The way Terence Crawford fought, Saturday night. The way Terence Crawford fought on Saturday night, he could have helped the Avengers in the battle for Earth against Thanos. Okay, you can't tell me that when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, Terence not up there with Captain America. So I don't know what could change in a rematch. But Errol Spence is an elite-level fighter, so anything can happen. But after what we saw Saturday night, the gap between them is so wide, I don't want to see a rematch. But hey, they probably will rematch, and then after that, there's nothing left for Bud to do. He'll be 36 years old. Let's say he wins the rematch in a dominant fashion again, then what? He gonna fight Boots? Love Boots, but that does way more for Boots than it does for Terence Crawford, so there's no incentive there. So I see Bud moving up to 154, fighting Jermell Charlo for the opportunity to become a 3-division undisputed champion and then retiring. That's it. Nothing else for Bud to do after that. He's quieted all the critics, silenced all the naysayers, and he's absolutely right. If you was wrong about Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, just admit it. Give the man his props. Just admit you was wrong and give that man his just due. Terence Bud Crawford, you are indeed the illest nigga in Nebraska. And I was wrong about you losing to Earl Spence. So please give me, Charlamagne the God, the biggest hee-haw. It's hard, man. That was a tough fight to watch. Very tough fight to watch.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, indeed.
All right. BET, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, BET.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.